Now, it's important to go through this process. This took me 5 days. It took me 5 minutes, 3 times a day for 5 days. Did I have to teach this lesson again? No. So here's another rule. Okay, start with what you do want. Rule number 3. Or 4.
Number 4.
All behavior generalizes. Okay? So, week 4, girls will clean up the whole room. Going back to that dad?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, week 5, dad comes back and goes, Christy, they cleaned the whole house. Like the whole house, like the living room, the vacuum. I go, no kidding. Mm-hmm. What happened that they cleaned the whole house?
You want to make them happy.
They got the concept. And what you want to do is teach concepts, right? They got the concept of what clean is. Once you get the concept of what clean is, they're able to deduce what that means. But you have to go through that process. So something that I noticed about Misha, I can take her to anybody's yard. I can take her to your house. Now, my sister has this yard where they're all open. There's no fences. There's nothing marking the property line. I only happen to know where my sister's property line is because I was there when she purchased the house, so I do know where it is. What I started noticing is my nieces and nephews would throw the ball over the property line because it's this open area. Misha would stop at exactly the property line and bark at those boys. Just ticked off, barking at them. She refused to go across this invisible line. What the heck is she doing? Well, I didn't tell her not to leave my sister's yard. Does she have any concept of what my sister's yard is a fraction of the size of my yard? I've not given her any instructions. She comes on command, so I have no problem with her leaving the yard. What is she?
Just associated going across the line as being bad.
She's got a concept. Now, she's got a concept called yards. She realizes there's these places that surrounds houses that are yards.
So can we say that she has developed a principle?
Yeah.
She has principle now?
Right. There's a concept of yard. So if I have a space around my house like this, then if I go to somebody else's house, they have a space around their house. And she can likely very clearly smell the difference, I'm guessing. But no matter what house I take her to, I can take her to your house, anybody's house.
So she has what we call an imaginary measurement?
Yeah. She knows what that, she understands that there's these things around houses, right? Mm-hmm. And that you're not supposed to leave that thing, no matter what size it is. I have a huge yard, but if I go to most people's houses really small, she'll stay there. She like figures it out. Like places I know the property line, my mom's house, it's hilarious. Because a lot of times there's no indication that it's a property line. I'm sure that just the smell's different to them. Mm-hmm. But she's got a concept called yard. So if I take her to any yard, she's got a concept called yard. Will she leave that yard? No. I'll give you one better. I used to take her to Woodbury. We used to train her at Woodbury as part of this class. And my room was in the very corner, and the library was on the very other corner. And I happen to know exactly how many feet it was to the library for a reason. It's 139 feet to the library going this direction, and 139 feet to the library going that direction. And here's what Misha do. It was so frustrating for her because she wanted to go in the library because that's where all the students were. She wanted to go say hi. So she'd run out in the hallway. She'd book down the highway. She'd go about 4 feet away from the door and start barking. She'd be like mad. Then she'd run the other way, go 4 feet from the door and stand there. And she kept doing that. What is she doing?
She doesn't want to exceed her principle.
Yes. How long is my yard? 135 feet.
The distance that she covers.
Very good. So she's got a concept that in the event that there is no yard, the appropriate distance to be away from me is 135 feet. Because that is how long my yard is. Did I teach her that? Not really. It's kind of like you didn't teach the kid to clean the kitchen. You taught her the concept of...
It's instinctive.
Right. So no matter where I take her, I mean, I go to the dog park and she will go exactly 135 feet. But she's got like mad skills on how far 135 feet is. And that is her concept. I didn't have to teach her all the other concepts. I just had her to get that one concept down well. So all behavior generalizes. I told you about Micah and the why. never ever will I let him get by with that. I will tell him once, and then I'll look at him and go, I'm waiting. Why can I never let him get by with that? What? Why can I never let him get by? What happens if I just like don't want to deal with it today? What does he learn? He learns that it'll work. I need him to realize no matter what, I mean what I say. Once he has the concept that whatever I say, I mean, so by the time I look in the eye and make creepy voice, that's my serious voice. When he hears that, what does he do?
He retreats.
Yeah, he just does it. He knows that that's the concept. The concept is when I see that look in Kirsty's eyes, there's not really any negotiating when she stops answering. So he has the concept that will apply. I don't have to teach him to listen to me in every case. I just have to teach him one. And it generalizes to everything else. So this conceptual knowledge is really interesting. So I told you Misha knows a lot of tricks. Things that I taught Misha: come, sit, stay, roll over, jump. So I taught her to jump over, but also try her to jump under. She was over, under. And she knows to go like through tunnels. We taught her through tunnels and stuff. So I took Misha, the last time I brought her to school to train before she did injure her back. I brought her in. My students taught her to jump rope. How long did it take her to learn to jump rope? Um, 4.5 minutes. Can you teach your average dog to jump rope in 4.5 minutes? No. Why? Think about what Misha had to know. What did I say she knew? She knew Misha, come, sit, down, over, under, and third.
What has to do with jumping?
Huh?
What has to do with jumping rope?
Yes, all you have to do is go, Misha, come, over, under, through, over, under, through. What is it? In fact, it's super frustrating. I took Misha to like super advanced dog tricks. It was terrible. It was a complete waste of money because all I had to do was show her once, and she knew how to do it. She's not a fast learner, and she's not smart. How does she know? How can I teach her just about anything?
I don't have to question. Is this applicable to all animals?
No. This is particular to dogs and people. And when you talk about, I'll put the video on where you can see the first part of this video on why. I'm recording it for my other class. It's not. It's particular to humans and dogs. Now, there's some of the dogs, some of the animals, I'm guessing raccoons get it too.
Raccoons?
Raccoons are really smart. But we can't study their behaviors are not the same. Humans and dogs are coexisting. So what works is interchangeable. So I'll put it on there, and I would suggest you watch the first part of the video, which talks about how this happens with dogs in particular. Also, it's incredibly hard to train other animals. And how you train them is by rotes.
Because to train a lion,
Yeah, you can't train most animals. Because you have to have that attention. They have to want to please you. What on earth, why would a lion want to please you? Right? It's a social thing. We become the pack for a dog. And so it's a completely different relationship that they're experiencing with us. I mean, even cats. Cats might learn to do a couple things, but honestly, cats have no interest in pleasing you either. It's a dog thing. So
dolphins too.
Yeah, because they're social.
Social animal.
So all behavior generalizes. So in the case of the 3 girls, they generalized a couple things. One, their cleaning skills are probably pretty good by the time they went and got married. They understand the concept.